Hello, welcome to my 6th Java tutorial, I think. In this tutorial I'm going to show you how to compare variables. So in this tutorial we're only going to need two variables, and we're going to need to take this out just for the minute. Okay, so what's going to happen is, in a program, a lot of the times as you create more complex programs, you're going to want to check if a variable is equal to something else. So the way to do that is by using an if statement. So we write if, open your parentheses or your brackets, whatever you want to call them, and you write your expression. Now expression is just a fancy name for your test. Okay, so we want to check if x is equal to y. Two equal signs means it stands for a compare test. Okay, so if x equals y, then console dot, there we go. Okay, oops, press the wrong key, insert. Okay, console dot write line equal. Okay, now they're not, so it'll just stay blank. So let's make them equal to show you that it actually works. There we go, equal. Hey. Okay, very basic. So let's put it back up to 9. So what if you want them not to be equal? You want to check if x is less than 9. Well, less than symbol is that wee symbol there, and run it. Okay, hang on, sorry, that doesn't make sense. Less than, oh, less than. Okay, so yeah, 5 is less than 9, obviously. We change it to more than, which is turn the symbol around. If you've done any maths in school, you're probably going to know these symbols. Okay, nothing prints out because, well, 5 is not greater than 9. So let's change this round. We'll change this to 4 and more than. Okay, I'm going through this pretty quickly because it is fairly simple. Now, say you want to check, you've got equal, less than. If you want less than or equal, it's less than or equal. Oh, sorry, that's greater than or equal. So let's run this. If it's more than or equal, okay, and if it's less than or equal, nothing will print. Okay, so that's what it just means, less than or equal to y. Whoops, not that way around. Okay, or you can have more than or equal. I know I'm going through this pretty quickly. Now the next thing is we want to test if they're not equal. Okay, they can be more than or greater than. As long as they're not equal, we're happy. So for this you put an exclamation mark and an equals mark and not equal. Okay, done that. They're not equal, so that's great. And we're gonna run. We're gonna make them equal, and they're equal, so it won't print that out. Very simple if statements. They really are simple. You can also do this with other different types of data types. You can do it with string x equals 1. If x equals, now you'll notice here, I'm just going to show you this as well, you don't have to have two variables. You can have one variable and an absolute value, which is either, it can be a number if it's an integer variable, or in this case it is 1 text. Now if it's going to print because they're equal. If they, I'll change this to if they are equal. Well, it says not equal, but they are equal. One good thing about C# is in languages such as Java and stuff, a lot of the times comparing string variables doesn't always work. It pretty much works all the time in C#, which is great. Now, also you can write if statements slightly different. You can write if statements like this. Say you want to have more than one thing happen if it's equal. Okay, sorry, we'll change this back. If you have it like this, that means if it is equal, then do this, and it will stop at the semicolon. Say you want to do more than one thing, we put the curly brackets around it. Sorry about that. Phone rang. Okay, so what happens now is if this is equal, then anything between these two curly brackets will happen. So let's change this to equal to make sense. Save it and run it. Okay, equal. There we go. Now say you want to test if it is equal, then do something. If it's not equal, then do something else. Now you could just write another if statement. You know, if x is not equal to 1, then, well, do this. Okay, now by the way, I didn't tell you this, but if you do for 2 forward slashes, anything you write after that is a comment. This will be ignored by the C# compiler. It's just for you to write messages to yourself or other programmers on what each bit of code does or whatever you want. But you could write that, but there's an easier way. So this is an if-else statement. You can write this is an else statement, sorry. There we go, else. And console the right line, we're just going to copy this because we're lazy. We're going to paste it there, and it's going to be not equal. So here we have it, equal. If I change this to 2, not equal. Simple. Now in the next tutorial I'm going to be explaining exactly how this works, or what's actually going on, and we're going to learn about Boolean variables as well. Thanks for watching, and